Hi guys, today I'm here in my new apartment. Just want to share with you today some insights about the rental market, about investment in real estate, and also share some information about how much does it cost to renovate a house, to paint the apartment as I'm doing now. And if you haven't seen the other video, we are in Atalaya, we have beautiful sea view. We are in front of the commercial center called Diana Park. We are like 10 minutes driving from Puerto Banús. You can even walk from here in 10 minutes to the beach. We have some people coming now, especially kids coming from school. This is a very beautiful garden. I love this green area. There are even someone there doing Pilates, yoga, and normally at the end of the day you have people playing around here. A lot of kids like to play around here. We have a concierge, that guy doing all the maintenance every day, you know, taking care of the garden. And the community here is 100 euros per month, which is quite cheap. And here we also have the garage access. You go down, you access the garage. And I'm happy to have a private garage at my apartment, which is something very good. A garage here could cost around 20,000. And then after I finish the video here in the apartment, I want to show you outside this urbanization in front of it. It's becoming crazy, many cars parking outside, and I'm feeling the immigration is going higher, but at the same time I feel there is no room left for immigrating because everything is becoming so expensive lately. So let me go inside and share with you some information about the apartment. This is the living room. I'm going to create here an office for me. I'm going to rent the apartment. I'm going to explain you everything later. This is going to be the dining area. We are mainly painting the walls. We're not painting the ceiling. It's not necessary at the moment. And from the living, we have access to a terrace. This terrace, we're going to turn into the main bedroom. Okay, this is the main bedroom, the biggest one. And we are going to integrate these two spaces. Have beautiful sea views from here, and then we are going to close this door here, and then we're going to integrate this terrace into this main bedroom. And then I'm going to show you now, explain so you can understand how the investment will be very worth it. We have a small storage here, and then from here we are going to create access to the third bedroom. This is the bathroom number one. We have the hall entrance that my friend Lati is doing some painting at the moment. There's another hall here to access the bathroom with a bathtub. And we can connect this bathroom to create the master suite here, expanding everything. We realize this apartment is missing enough space for storage, clothes, whatever. So this is the second bedroom, just facing north. This one we are not changing anything, the painting is okay. Because I'm going to rent the apartment for 1,500, and then I'm going to share some insights also about the renting, because yesterday I announced the apartment for renting and I got 12 interested clients. That really shows that the market is very strong for rentings, but there are some things that you have to take care. If you're thinking about investing, stay until the end, because I'm going to explain you more about this and what you should take care about. Let me change the camera now and I will show you the kitchen. Excuse me, Lati. Let me pass, thank you. This is the kitchen. It's a very bright kitchen, spacious. I have Tere. Tere is working. Hi, Tere.
Hola.
Hola, Tere. Tere habla español. Trabaja con nosotros en nuestra casa también. Es muy simpática. Mira, here we have this laundry area. And here is the other bedroom. Actually, this apartment on the paper, in the documentation, it's 3 bedrooms. and it was turned into 2 bedrooms. And then we're gonna come back and do this changing again to make the apartment more valuable. It's gonna make it much more valuable. The owner before, they were using, they needed actually a bigger kitchen, so that's why they integrated this bedroom to the kitchen. It's good, the kitchen is now much more spacious, but in terms of value, it's much better if we use it as a 3rd bedroom, okay? So I'm coming back here, and then from here you can see, I love this area. It's very lightful, have the sea views from the way you get into this living room. This urbanization is actually very calm. Have a beautiful swimming pool there. But let's talk a little bit more about the renting market, the investment side of real estate in Marbella. And yeah, we can talk about it because experience is the best way for you to learn in real estate. And I was actually surprised when I put this apartment for renting yesterday. We are not finished yet with this renovation. I'm going to spend around 1,000 euros at the moment to renovate it. I'm not spending too much. And later, after this 6 months, I'm gonna rent it out from 6 to 10 months now. And we can actually consider it's like a long-term rental, but it's not a normal long-term rental, which means that legally we have more rights if you want to ask the tenant to go out. But I'm going to explain you more about this later. And then for now I'm going to spend around 1,000 euros. And I just started doing the painting, and I realized how much difference we can find between different professionals. Like the painters that I asked for quotations, I got 4 quotations. The first one, 1,600. I'm not painting all the apartment. I'm just talking about painting the walls on the living room. Let's say 50% of the apartment, and not including the ceiling. Okay. The first quotation was 1,600. The second one, 1,400, and the other one, 600. And I closed with a guy from Nicaragua that is doing for me for 300 euros. We're gonna take around 15 hours to finish this. Lati, this guy is helping me today because I normally give clothes, I help them with food, with money. They are from Senegal, and they normally come here in the beginning of April, and they stay until the end of the year. So I know his family, they are very simple people and very trustable and reliable at the same time. This is something interesting. I like to help these people because they work very hard on the streets, you know, selling things, and they are really reliable people. So I really like, me and my wife, we valorize a lot this. So we want to give to the community as well. And he's helping me today here. But you can see, like, we have budgets from 300 to 1,600. Of course, depends on the quality and the experience of the painter. And a painter here can charge you from 20 euros per hour up to 80 or even 100 euros per hour, depending on the experience and the quality, of course. So it changes a lot. It means that if you want to maybe buy a property here for investment, you have to consider that you need to have a lot of different quotations to make the right investments. And the same thing it's happening with the real estate market, because I was just reading an email yesterday that I got from a company. They lowered the price of a villa. They started selling this villa 2 years ago. It was 12.5 million euros in Nueva Andalusia. And then after 1 year, they lowered it for 10.9, and now the asking price is 9.9, which means that they lowered the price about 25% in 2 years because they didn't sell it. So can you imagine how many properties at the market are overpriced? And it's happening more frequent now. But at the same time, at the flip side, we see a stronger demand from people from Middle East at the moment. I have another example from another client that I can mention to you. I was representing my client that is a seller of a house of 990 in Stepona. We got the viewings, and then we got an offer of 900. We negotiated a long time, for about 2 months negotiating. And the maximum price this client would be able to pay, it was 950. And after that, we didn't have a deal because the owner didn't want to lower the price. 990 was the maximum. And being honest, my evaluation of this house would be 900,000. But now things are changing a little bit because this is a house about 500 square meters. It needs a lot of renovation, probably 200,000 renovation. But it's with this changing on the market now, this buyer that is from Abu Dhabi, he's willing to pay 990 because he wants to get out of the Middle East. And then you can see from life experiences that the geopolitics, the economy is very, very related to the things that are happening worldwide. You know, this conflict, this issue that Trump started, I don't think maybe wrong. It was a wrong step from him, creating this big mess, and everything is going higher now, the more expensive. And now we can talk about the rental prices. I started offering this apartment for 1,500, and the first day I got 12 people calling me, sending me messages in Idealista. And many people wouldn't believe that is for rent because there is nothing. Normally there is nothing. And we, of course, we are selecting a lot the tenants because we don't want to have any problem with tenants. But I'm going to be there very soon. I'm going to speak from what I see, from my experience, what are the risks that some investor can have if you decide to rent for someone. Like I was yesterday in Fuengirola speaking with my dentist, and he was mentioning that he have some friends, Brazilian friends, that 2 of them, they are not being able to charge their tenants because of the situation in Spain. The law protects a lot the tenant. The first situation was like this. This Brazilian buyer, they bought this apartment that was rented, let's say 2,000 a month. And then he was buying it as an investment because the rent was running, the tenant was paying normally very well for years. And then after the tenant realizes that they sold the apartment, and then the new owner started to connect with the tenant to start charging the rent to a different account. And then the tenant said, no, I'm not going to pay to you now because I was paying to the other owner. For you, I'm not going to pay. And now he's been 2 years on court trying to get his money because the people are just not paying. And it happens in different situations, you know, like people, there's another case of a friend of my friend, the dentist in Fuengirola, Ricardo mentioned to me that if you have more than 3 properties, a friend of him was saying that he have more than 3 properties, and the law says that in Spain that you cannot even try to go to court and to charge judicially your rights if you have more than 3 properties. I mean, if you have more than 3 properties, you cannot even try to get legally your money if someone is not paying to you. I know it sounds crazy, but it's true. I'm going to interview a lawyer to talk about this because I'm very curious to know more, as now I'm an investor also in practice. I have this apartment, and what I'm doing is selecting them with first a form, so they have to fill up and explain me exactly what they need apartment for, what are their incomes, and all the history about the client before deciding to rent. Because there's 2 situations. The situation that I'm acting now is to rent for 6 months, and then I'm going to do the full renovation here, which I'm expecting to invest around 30,000 to do this extension here, to create this the suite, master suite here. It's going to be connecting this terrace with the main bedroom with the bathroom. And then I'm going to extend, I'm going to change the other bedroom that is now inside of the kitchen. So from 2 bedrooms, we're going to have 3 bedrooms, okay? And the value of the property will rise. But it's important to highlight here that the document of the property already says that it's 3 bedrooms, okay? If you buy an apartment and in the document it's 2 bedrooms and you try to make it 3, you can have problems maybe to sell it later, because it can be an issue, a deal breaker, because they will realize it. It has to be on paper as well. So what I see is that the government doesn't work for helping people to invest, and at the same time the prices are going higher. They are not offering any solution for the people who are trying to rent properties here. It's so difficult. I was like, I was really surprised and disappointed knowing that many people are calling me, and most of them are desperate because some of them have to leave their apartment because they are renting and the owner decided to sell, and then the situation is very bad. We have passed through this before, and I really think that the people in Spain, the government, the politics, they should do something about it. And there's another thing that I like to say sometimes, that because I have done some plotments in Brazil, I have experience doing these different investments, that it's more in a long term. It takes 10 years for you to get the profit, the good profit back to you. But there are some good opportunities in houses that are at the border of the urban area. And then if some smart investors could see it, we can create a plan to buy some plots in a rural area and present a plan to the town hall to expand the urban area, and then create some, let's say, cheap or easy access prices of properties. So it could have a huge profit for someone interested to do that, okay? So if you are watching this video and you are thinking to invest here in an apartment, or if you just need some guidance how to rent or buy a house here, you can count on us. Of course, we also have the partners, the lawyers that guide us through this process, and of course we're going to work together with them to help you to understand which is the best situation for you, what would be the best step for you to start in Spain. But I want to take you outside a little bit and show you a little bit more about this area here. Let me take you down. We are actually having a lot of rain this year in Spain. It's not being normal, okay? The 6 years I have been here, I never seen so much rain and cloudy days like now. But we are in almost the middle of April, and now the weather is starting to change quickly. And it's getting better, it's getting more sunny. Cool, let's go down. Let me show you what is happening outside. Many people are parking their cars in front of this urbanization. It's becoming surprising, overwhelming at the same time. at the same time, I really love actually to live in Spain, because it calms you down, you know, like when you move here, especially if you have kids, you learn how to slow down and enjoy more with your family. And of course, most investors, they want to make the best from their money, but now is a good time. If you're planning to buy something in Spain, that's probably the best time for you to buy. And you know why? We have all the information. The properties are going down, right? Just come with me with this insight. Properties are going down on price. You still have very good loans here. You can do a loan for your company around 5% per year regarding the interest rates. And then you can easily make 10%, even 15%, quite easy investing in real estate. Don't need to be too smart to make this amount. Look, this is the outside area of the urbanization. This is the commercial center, Diana Park. You don't find parking spaces anymore here. It's very, very interesting, huh? Because when I first rented my office here, there was always plenty of space to park, you know? And now you don't find a place to park. It's crazy. And if we analyze also the commercial areas, there are everything, all these commercial offices, they are occupied, you know, they are busy. You don't find places to rent. This is the A7 road that separates the beach side and the mountain side of the main cities, you know, especially Estepona and Marbella. And from here we have a better look of the commercial center. Everything is busy, rented. We have a property for rent there. There's my office, let me take you there. Oh, there's a China guy there. There's also a supermarket there called Aldi. My kids study behind this supermarket. And this is another thing I really like about Spain, especially because I created this for me. I facilitated for me to take the kids at home. I also live myself 500 meters from my office, so it means that I can do everything walking, in 5 minutes walking, and that's very good for quality of life. And you can do the same, you know, if you're planning to come here. Even if you're looking for high-end luxury villa, you can create your own way of life for you to live. Here's Zimmer Estates, and I really like to be beside of a good restaurant. This restaurant here, Atlanta, is from a guy from Ecuador. It's always busy, you know, it's always full of people. And this guy is very hard working. Very, very hard working. And by the way, if you are moving to Spain, you have to be hard working. Don't expect anything less than very hard working for you to succeed here. It's quite harsh for you to make a living here, huh? But you can make it, you know, believe in your dreams. Like we did, we help people to do the same. This coffee shop is closed for the moment. I don't know what happened. yeah, that's it, guys. This is my neighborhood. I hope you liked the video. If you like it, leave your like, leave your comments. I always like to know more about people who is watching the videos. Where are you from? If you don't know yet, we have a channel, Zimmer Estates, where we talk about luxury properties. We show the real estate market in Rio every week. And thank you very much for watching. See you at the next video.